As always, hello from Southern Ontario. It's December 18th. So I made a previous video talking about how people are finding themselves caught in this mortgage trap. And as any banking video I made a lot of them regarding the electronic and the digital banking. I mentioned the WEF influence. So I'm not going to get into that here. Let's get into the subject matter. 1 in 5 Canadians currently are negatively amortized. What happens is variable rate mortgage holders upon renewing mortgages are finding themselves with 3 options offered by the big banks. Now, the banks are, and two options are offered by the federal regime, the government of Trudeau, but I'll come to those in the summation. So what mortgage holders are finding upon renewing under the current fiscal situation we have here in Canada, with the interest rates going up, they can pay a lump sum. Now, this is going to be an individual issue for each renewal mortgage holder. How long have you owned the home? What kind of equity have you built up into it? What's your current local real estate market? Say your house is worth all that. So I'm not going to get into a situational scenario or monies, numbers, anything. It's going to be different for each person caught in this plight. So you got to come up with a lump sum to keep your mortgage payment where it is now. Now think about what that lump sum might be. It's not going to be $10,000, is it? Whoa. Again, I'm not going to get into any theoretical situations. Or you can increase your monthly mortgage payments by about like fourfold. You know, your mortgage payment goes from $2,000 to an inconceivable and unattainable $8,000. What happens in most cases is the individual caught in this plight, their mortgage payment about doubles, but they're still in a situation where they're now have a negatively amortized mortgage, unquote, which means you're no longer carrying the interest or paying down the mortgage. Yeah. So the interest you're not carrying is compounded onto your total mortgage debt. Brutal, isn't it? In the previous video, I said this is a scheme. This is not perchance like, oh, we didn't see this one coming at the Bank of Canada when we set the interest rate, or etc., etc. But not to worry. The Trudeau regime offers 2 alternatives to avoid being caught in this governmental banking scheme. You can be homeless. A lot of people are, I wouldn't say choosing that option. Or the government will get you a maid. M period A period I period D period. You know, think about it. It'll take the bank 90 days to foreclose on you. And it's 90 days to get a maid. I don't know if I'm going to go any further into this mortgage matter or not. I think that kind of summates it. The reason I've made this video and any previous video is if your mortgage is coming up for renewal in the future, you really got to start thinking about it now. Don't walk into the bank in 6 months. I'm due to renew. What's my situation? Well, this will be your situation, and you don't want to be in that situation, needless to say. If you're in this position, finding yourself in it soon, contact me through the email. I may have an option to get you out of the big banks. I'm not going to advocate it and say this is a way out, but it is an alternative option for you to look at. I can't talk about it here on the channel. That would put me in a, the YouTube money thing and all that. I should have thought more about this. I wasn't sure if I was even going to get into it in this video. Anyways, if you're in that situation, email me and I'll email you back some information. From there, you're on your own. I'm not advocating this alternative, but I'll throw it at you, and you know, maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But do think about this if you're in this situation. My niece, I keep badgering her. She's like, I think it's a year and a half now. I got some time. Think about it now. Don't wait. And think about the two government alternatives that they offer us. Yeah, think about that.